the best of luck. Right, we've been waiting for this all morning. Our next guest is a multi-award-winning actress, singer, author, soon-to-be director. Quite simply, she is a living legend.
And here's just a tiny reminder of why.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Oh, how nice. He traveled all around the world, and everywhere he went, he'd use his word and all would say, there goes a clever gent.
When Dukes and Martha Rogers pass a time of day with me, I say we special one and we're off to tea.
Even though the sound of it is something uncontrollable. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. When you quite finished?
We were just talking then about that Harry.
Yes, I was saying, that movie is the first sort of non-animated film that grabbed his attention, that he just loved and will watch, and he just absolutely adores it.
It's so sweet. And I said I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, and now she's knows word for word about the hit song Frozen.
Oh yes,
and
let it go.
And the gestures.
Yes.
I mean, she's just, you know.
Do they watch Mary Poppins? Because you've got, how many grandchildren have you got?
I've got 9. Well, the great story about one of my grandsons when he was about also 3, my daughter didn't want him to see Poppins until she was old enough to explain and, you know, tell him what it was all about, and it was Granny and so on. But he went to a birthday party, and of course they were showing it as a treat for all the kids. So she went to pick him up after the party, and there he was, looking very puzzled, standing about this close to the television screen. And she said, "Do you think you know that lady?" And he went, "Yes." And she said, "Do you think it's somebody that's very close to the family?" And he didn't quite get it. And she said, "Do you think it might be Granny Jules?" And he went, "Oh, yes!" And the following morning when I came round to the house, it was day and night, the reaction was like, "Hello, Granny Jules." You know, I know something about
And suddenly realising that you're Granny's Mary Poppins.
So it was simply lovely.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, would I ever?
How do you take your tea?
A little milk, please.
Just a little milk?
Yeah, just
Yes,
milk.
I thought, because you do love tea and biscuits, don't you?
Oh, God, what a thoughtful thing to do.
Well, yeah, we got you some biscuits there because, I mean, it was sort of being away from home.
Thank you.
We thought you'd like some sort of home
Oh,
comfort
Holly,
here.
anytime. Do you know I travel with my own tea?
Do you really?
Yeah, I want a bit more milk, please.
Would you? You said a little
He makes a
milk.
really strong
No, I
tea.
said a little. No, I like it quite a bit.
You can stand the spoon.
Would you like some more? Is that all right?
No, that's perfect. Thank you.
I like mine.
Are you going to have
Practically
some?
perfect.
Yes, would you like some tea?
Oh, I'd love some tea, thank you.
Okay.
So I feel like if we start laughing, we're going to float off to the ceiling.
the thing with Poppins, of course, now the whole new generation, because of the movie Saving Mr. Banks, that has sort of brought a story behind
Yes,
it.
yes, it does. Well, it's the story of the lady who wrote Mary Poppins
P.L.
and
Travers.
Disney's pursuit of that lady to get the rights to Mary Poppins. He tried for something like 20 years.
Yes, he really did.
Yeah.
And you obviously met P.L. Travers?
Yes, I did, yes.
Back in the day. And what was she like? I mean, when you watched this, were you like, gosh, she really was that sort of
Emma
force?
just got her to a T.
Really?
And Tom was amazing, like Disney too. But Emma was amazing because P.L. Travers, Pamela Travers, called me for the first time ever the day after I'd given birth to my daughter Emma.
Oh, really?
And there was a voice said, "Hello?" And I said, "Hello." You know, rather groggy and still in bed in the maternity ward.
Oh,
and she said, "This is P.L. Travers, Pamela Travers." I said, "Oh, Miss Travers, how lovely of you to call." She said, "Yes, well, talk to me." And I said, "Well, I'm feeling a bit groggy." I mean, what am I supposed to say? She said, "Well, I understand what you mean." And we corresponded, and it was fine.
It was Dick Van Dyke that she wasn't.
Well,
she was less happy.
I think she wasn't that thrilled with the movie in any way because, you know, what were those Americans going to do to her beloved book? And being an author, I now do get what she felt.
Do you?
I do. Yeah, you say, I hope, you know, you have such a vision when you write something. Well, you both know. So you want it to be as representative
That sort of
as well as possible.
protective thing.
How much of a dealing did you have with Disney?
Oh, a lot. No, I mean, he was magical, as you would imagine he would be, and he was sparkly and twinkly-eyed and lovely, and had a huge flair for spotting talent. Yeah, all over the place.
These are all stories, of course, that will form an evening with Julie Andrews, which is what you're about to do, starting on Saturday.
Yes, in fact, one of those stories I will be telling, yeah.
Oh, sorry if you're going, you've already heard it. She'll tell you a lot more, I'm sure.
There are others. No, I'm going to be doing some speaking engagements all across England, and I start on the 24th in Birmingham.
Is your brother going to go?
Oh, all my brothers are going. I've got one brother coming to Birmingham, that's Johnny, and then I've got one coming to London when I'm at the Apollo, and that's Donald, and one sadly passed away, but my sister's coming, Celia.
And am I right in thinking that the last time you were in Birmingham, were you 16?
Yes, and that's, I thought I'd tell that. Yes, I was 16, maybe, yes, I was
Going on 17.
Going on 17.
Sorry.
Sorry. Holly, you went there.
I know, I'm so sorry.
I was in the world's most awful play, and I was making it the world's most awful play. Had no idea what I was doing. And the director didn't seem to know much better either, and he kept saying, I wish this weren't a musical, and I wish could we have the orchestra off stage? So we did that for a night. Then he said, I wonder what would happen if we just did it with a guitar off stage. And then finally he said, I just wish we didn't have to start the music with a downbeat, with a ping or something. And foolish girl that I am, I said, well, I have perfect pitch. I could start my own songs and the orchestra could creep in. And he said, yes, but what about all the other people? And I said, well, when my leading man is singing with me, I could give him his note quietly. So this came the night when he said something like, oh, I love you, my dear, or something. And I went, and he said, what? And he didn't hear. And then now I'm really out there. He knew I was going to do it, but he just didn't get it.
Oh, no.
So those are the stupid things.
So that's great. What an evening it's going to be, because there are so many stories.
Well, it is a nice evening, and there's a lot of film footage included, and a lot of outtakes, and pictures of the family, and stories about the books that I write, and all these things.
Starting, as we said, on Saturday, the NIA in Birmingham, then Liverpool, London, and Bournemouth as
Liverpool
well.
is Tuesday the 29th.
Yeah.
We'll
put all the details on.
Oh, how nice! Thank you.
In our last 30 seconds, I just want to mention that in fact you are going to direct a movie, hopefully, for your own book.
Well, certainly, actually, I think it will be more for the stage at first, from your lips to someone's ears.
Well, let's hope that that's what happens.
Yes.
It's going to be
I will be.
Stage production first.
We wrote a book, Emma and I, my daughter and I, called The Great American Mousical, not musical, but mousical.
Sweet.
And it's been developed. I did it last year in tryout, and now it's ready for the big
Fingers
world.
crossed.
Well, yes,
we'll put all the
absolutely.
details on our website for the evening.
So lovely to have
Let's
you
enjoy
here.
our tea.
Oh, I'm thrilled. I loved the tea.
Good.
And I'm so glad I wore green.
Yeah.
Yes, and
How
you wore
civilised.
grey.
Yes, I
mean,
did.
We
See
didn't
tomorrow.
coordinate, did we?
Well, no, we didn't at all. We did
Have a
very
lovely
well.
day.